बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल एजुकेशनल टिप्स। कैसे हैं आप सब? उम्मीद करती हूँ आप सब बिल्कुल ठीक होंगे। स्टूडेंट्स, आज मैं आपके साथ शेयर करने जा रही हूँ यूनिट नंबर 5 द टॉय बॉक्स और इस एक्सरसाइज का सोल्यूशन मैं आज आपके साथ शेयर करूँगी। तो आप सब बच्चे अपना पेज नंबर ओपन कर लीजिए, पेज नंबर 56। और पेज नंबर 56 के टॉप पे आ जाइए। तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास हैं जी क्वेश्चन आंसर। Question number 1 and Abbas answer the following question. Part number A. What sound did the children hear after entering the ground in the car? तो इसका आंसर है The children heard the bird twittering, bees buzzing and the crunching of gravel under the car wheel after entering the ground. B. How do we know that the children liked the week in their old house before they moved out? We know that the children liked the week in their old house before they moved out because it was described as a magical playground in which they had fun living with boxes everywhere. C. In what way was Matilda's first impression of the new house different from Tom's? Matilda's first impression of the new house was different from Tom, as she described it as beautiful, went straight in and started unpacking. Tom, on the other hand, says it looks scary. D part पे आ जाते हैं. When and where did Tom hear a cry? What was his reaction? Tom heard a cry on the first day when he was alone in the playground. His reaction was to think it was a cat or his imagination. Next part. What did Tom see out of the window? How did this contrast with the inside? इसका आंसर है Tom saw the garden outside the window. Everything in it looked bright and warm and green and fresh. The house, in contrast, is described as dark and cold with echoing rooms and strange sound. उसके बाद पे आ जाते हैं F. What did Tom's mother tell Tom to encourage him to return to the playground and check for any strange sound there? Tom's mother told him not to be scaredy cat and said that the sound must have come from outside. उसके बाद फिर आ जाते हैं जी पार्ट पर. How did Tom's constant screaming affect his parents and Matilda? तो इसका आंसर है Tom's constant screaming. ये वाला आपको साथ में जूम भी कर देती हूँ, ये लीजिए. Tom's constant screaming made his parents came running to check on him, and Matilda also blamed him for the moods of their parents. ठीक है ये जी. अब आ जाते हैं H. What did Tom's father take with him to investigate the coal bunker and why? Tom's father took an 3-iron, a golf club, with him when he went to look in the coal bunker. He took it as a form of defense against the intruders the family had heard through the vent. ठीक हो गया. H आ गया. अब आ जाते हैं I के ऊपर. Where did all the rubbish at the side of the house come from? तो the rubbish at the side of the house had been dumped there when the house was being renovated. उसके बाद फिर आ जाते हैं. These questions are more difficult. Discuss them first. J. Tom described the house in their own way. What is his view about the house? Does the view change when and where? Tom described the house in his own way. In his own way, his view of the house is that it is cold, scary, rambling mansion that is towering high and spooky with echoing rooms. His view changes when the mystery of the mowing toy box has been solved and the family have settled in. He says that the spooky house become a warm and comforting home. Okay. The woman, her husband, and daughter were obviously taken care in the end. What is your view about how and why they got there in the first place? तो उसका आंसर है हम शेयर करती हूँ. Her first place means the coal bunker where the woman Her husband and daughter took shelter because they had nowhere to live and found the place by chance before the narrator and his family shifted in their accommodation. ठीक हो गया. अब आ जाते हैं हम लोग क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 पर. चूज द बेस्ट आंसर. आपने पार्ट नंबर ए. Tom did not like the house because it was cold, damp, and spooky. B. Tom's parents were annoyed with Tom because they thought he had made up a story to get their attention. ठीक है. उसके बाद फिर आ जाते हैं हम लोग क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 पर. आंसर द फॉलोइंग क्वेश्चन विद रेफरेंस टू द कंटेंट. पार्ट नंबर ए है. एंड जस्ट इन अ केस आई एम taking a golf club. Part number 1 इसका who said this word. Part number 2 when does the speaker says just in case of what. Third what club does he take and what does he do with it. तो इसका तीनों के आंसर ये हैं. ठीक है. पहले का आंसर है Tom's father said this word. दूसरे का आंसर है he takes a golf club as a precaution. He is worried about who is might find in the coal bunker. और थर्ड का आंसर है he takes a 3 iron and he swings it in the air as they walked along. उसके बाद फिर आ जाते हैं बी पार्ट पर. Father entered the room at a globe. Part number 1 why did father enter the room in this fashion. Part number 2 what did he find in the room at this time. Third what did he do in the room and immediately after this. तो इसका आंसर है ये. The father entered the room in this fashion to respond to his son's scream. Second का आंसर है he found Tom, Tala and his wife in the room at this time. Third का आंसर होगा he starts speaking in the room but stops when he sees his wife indicating with one finger on her lips from him to be quiet. After this they all go into the living room where Tom's mother explains what they have heard. Then Tom's father goes to the playroom to investigate. ठीक है जी. तो ये इसका आंसर था. अब आ जाते हैं बी पार्ट के ऊपर. वर्किंग विद द वर्ड. क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 है इसके अंदर here are some nouns from the passage. But the letter are jumbled. What are they? तो सबसे पहला है लॉन, फिर ट्वाइस, फिर ब्लॉसम, फिर रबिश, प्लेग्राउंड, प्ले रूम, मेडिसिन और ये हस्बैंड. ठीक है जी. उसके बाद फिर आ जाते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 3 के ऊपर. गिव द फुल नेम, फुल फॉर्म एंड एक्सप्लेन द फॉलोइंग एब्रिविएशंस. तो आपने इसकी फुल फॉर्म लिखनी है. तो मैंने आपसे शेयर कर दी. जब BA बैचलर होता है, BIR डॉक्टर ऑफ आर्ट्स, डायरेक्टर ऑफ आर्ट्स, DR डॉक्टर, F फॉरेनहाइट, FRI dot Friday, JAN dot January, MPH milli per hour, mile per hour, MR Mr, MRS mistress, NOV November, ये नवंबर होता है, NW ये भी नवंबर होता है, और KG किलोग्राम, MR और मार्स. ठीक हो गया. उसके बाद फिर आ जाते हैं जी नेक्स्ट के पेज के ऊपर. और नेक्स्ट पेज पे आ जाएं तो यहाँ पे हमारे पास क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 है. फाइंड द वर्ब एंड द ऑब्जेक्टिव इन द फॉलोइंग. तो आपने वर्ब और ऑब्जेक्टिव बतानी है. तो माल्टा स्कोल्ड हर ब्रदर. इसके अंदर मटाडा वर्ब स्कोल्ड वर्ब है, ब्रदर ऑब्जेक्ट है. द वुमन वांटेड मेडिसिन, वांटेड वर्ब है, मेडिसिन ऑब्जेक्ट है. अगले में फाउंड वर्ब है, एयर वेंट ऑब्जेक्टिव है, हिट वर्ब है, डोर ऑब्जेक्टिव है, एंड देन पुट वर्ब है, और क्लॉथ जो है वो ऑब्जेक्टिव हैं. ठीक है जी. तो ये था आज का लेक्चर. आई होप सबको समझ आ गया होगा. अगर आज का लेक्चर आप लोगों को समझ आ गया है तो मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर दीजिएगा, वीडियो को लाइक कर दीजिएगा और साथ ही साथ बेल आइकन को प्रेस करना मत भूलिएगा. इससे भी आने वाली हर लेटेस्ट अपडेट सबसे पहले आप तक पहुंचेगी. मिलती हूँ किसी और वीडियो में. दुआ में याद रखिएगा, अपना ख्याल रखिएगा. अल्लाह हाफिज़.